All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving under the hood of the auto industry to talk about a company you really need to know, KPIT Technologies. Their latest quarterly results are out, and believe me, they tell a fascinating story, not just about numbers on a page, but about the tech that's literally rewriting what a car is. So let's get right into it.
Right out of the gate, KPIT CEO tells you everything you need to know. Did you catch that key phrase? Despite macro challenges. The auto industry is facing all kinds of headwinds right now. Supply chains, economic weirdness, you name it. And yet he's saying they're holding steady. That single word, despite, really sets the stage for our whole story today, resilience.
So that's the big question we're tackling. In a market this rocky, how does a company like KPIT not just tread water, but actually keep its edge? And maybe more importantly, what are the big chess moves they're making right now that give us a clue about where the entire car industry is headed? Let's break it all down. Okay, first things first, we have to do a quick financial health check. Because, a brilliant strategy doesn't mean a thing if you don't have the numbers to back it up. $241 million. Now get this, that's the value of new deals KPIT signed in just one quarter. This isn't old money or recurring revenue. This is brand new business. It's a huge vote of confidence from some of the biggest car makers in the world, and it basically locks in their growth for the future. 21%. That's their EBIT margin. It's just a clear way to see how profitable a company's core operations are. And to keep that number stable, especially with all the chaos in the industry we talked about, well, that points to one thing. These guys are incredibly disciplined in how they run their business. Now, this number might seem a little technical, but trust me, it's super important. 45 days. That's their days sales outstanding. In plain English, that means when they send a bill to a client, it only takes them, on average, 45 days to get paid. For a company this big, that is lightning fast, and it tells you their customer relationships are rock solid. And look, this quarter wasn't some lucky break. Not even close. This chart just shows the last few quarters, but what the source material tells us is that this is their 20th consecutive quarter of steady growth. That's 5 straight years of disciplined performance. It proves this stability isn't an accident. It's a deliberate, long-term pattern. So the numbers are solid. We've established that. But hey, that money's got to come from somewhere, right? So now let's look at who KPIT is working with and what they're actually building. Okay, this right here is a huge deal. JSW Group, a massive industrial giant in India, is jumping into the electric vehicle game with a $3 billion investment. And who did they pick to build the car's entire digital backbone? KPIT. That means they're providing the core intelligence, the brains, for a whole new line of EVs made in India for India. And their footprint is just global. Just look at the variety here from a single quarter's work. They're building connected tech for trucks in Europe. They're using AI to test platforms for big American car maker. They're developing electric powertrains for another European giant. And they're building the essential middleware for an autonomous driving program in Asia. This isn't just about covering the map. It shows deep trust from every major auto region on the planet. Okay, so that's what they're doing today, but where are they placing their biggest bets for tomorrow? It probably won't shock you to hear that the answer is artificial intelligence. I absolutely love this phrase from their joint MD, mobility-infused AI. See, this isn't just some generic, off-the-shelf AI. They're building AI that's been specifically trained and designed for the car industry. It's helping to design cars faster, make safety systems more reliable, and even make their own teams more productive. That sharp focus is what sets them apart. So their whole game plan for the future really comes down to these 3 things. 1, go even deeper on that specialized mobility-infused AI. 2, keep expanding their global presence. They're already opening new centers in places like Sweden and Tunisia. And 3, and this is the clever part, use that same AI to boost their own productivity. It creates this awesome feedback loop, where being more efficient lets them invest more, which makes them better, and the cycle continues. So let's zoom out for a second. We've seen the strong numbers, the huge partners, and the massive bet on AI. But what does it all add up to? what does this mean for the future of the car itself?
This chart tells a really powerful strategic story. Yeah, Europe is still their biggest market, but look at that year-over-year growth, a staggering 40% jump in Asia. This isn't just playing it safe and diversifying. This shows KPIT is catching the massive wave of tech adoption that's sweeping across the Asian auto market right now.
And this is the real takeaway. All these different pieces we've talked about, the AI, the connected services, that critical middleware software that lets all the car's systems talk to each other, it's all pushing toward one single destination, the software-defined vehicle, or SDV. It's this core idea that cars are no longer just machines. They are powerful, rolling computers whose features and abilities are defined and constantly updated by software. And KPIT? They're one of the key architects building that new reality.
Which really just leaves us with this one last thought. The software inside our cars is fast becoming its brain. Everything from the autonomous driving systems to the electric powertrain to the touchscreen you use every single day. And as we've just seen, there's a pretty good chance that a company like KPIT is one of the chief architects putting it all together. That's all for this explainer.